All right, it's been a while since I made the last one of these. I'm Chris, I'm the voice of Wolverine.
Grr.
I don't think anybody actually calls me that, but it is my channel name. Today, I'm just giving you some channel updates and I'm gonna do some of my hot takes, which are just really quick reviews. So I thought I'd start with some personal updates. I did have surgery at the beginning of March. Surgery went great and I'm able to stand here today in my basement, which I've been finishing, which has been sucking a whole lot of my time. In other news, I've been making a ton of really dumb videos with my family. But I haven't been putting any of those on the channel because they don't really fit here. And then that leads right into channel updates. If you're interested in why maybe I haven't done any other videos other than office field guides, it's because my goal was to try to get a backlog of those set up, and I've failed miserably. I am literally working up to the last minute on this last episode, but some of that was Prison Mike. Okay, I mentioned it in the field guide, but I can't even tell you how many hours I sucked into removing the background from Michael Scott. I was literally sitting at my computer and just hanging out with my family, playing on the Switch, doing different things while I'm tweaking lines to get Michael Scott out. It was painstaking, but in good news, it has gone viral on TikTok and a couple other things. I mean, TikTok viral for me on TikTok. You know, it's worth it, and maybe some people are watching this today because of that, so that's cool. I've posted a few of them on the channel. I've been trying to make it so that they don't give you a notification during every single time I upload one. It was definitely a rabbit hole that I enjoyed. I am leaning a lot into The Office for the start of this channel, which is great because The Office is an endless well of good content. Prison Mike, for example, or that Independence Day edit where I put Michael Scott's voice in instead of Bill Pullman.
Man, they got us so bad.
But I do like other things, which might come as a surprise to hear. I love the MCU, and so I have started actually writing down some scripts for MCU field guides. So they're gonna be kind of following the same formula as the Office field guides, but a little bit different. I'll add some MCU-esque things into it. So if you're excited about that, I'd love to hear in the comments what you think about it. So a few weeks ago, I did get a chance to interview Tom Chick, who played Gil, Oscar's boyfriend. He was awesome, super enjoyed that interview. You should be expecting something with that coming out as like a companion piece to the business school episode, because we focused a lot on that. Again, thanks Tom Chick. I don't know if you're watching this, but if you are, you're a pretty cool dude. He does have a YouTube channel, you should go check it out. I'll leave the link in this description too. And then while we're talking about interviews, I did get a chance to interview Andy Green, who wrote this book. I really love it. It's gonna be a great resource for my channel. So if you get it and you read it, you're gonna be like, he just got that from that book. And it's probably true, I just got it from that book. So anyway, Andy was a really cool guy, super grateful for his time, and that interview will be coming out in the next week or two. I gotta put that together still. And then I thought I'd give some shout outs. First to FJ Sucre and The Mechanic. They're in the inner circle and they're reviewing videos before I put them out. Spot checking and details and things like that are just not my forte, and they're helping make sure that the videos that I put out are quality, and I am just so grateful for them. And then I also want to give a shout out to Jake Callender, and this is a really hard sentence for me to say for some reason, but Jake Callender is the young man who was the child actor who played Michael Scott, but now he's not a child, he's a grown-up. So, and also a really talented musician. I got a chance to interview Jake last year and was able to talk him into helping me actually whip up some new intro music and outro music. So starting in the Benihana Christmas episode, Benihana Christmas episode, that music is gonna play in the outro, and I'm working on a new intro that's gonna use that music too. So I'm super grateful for Jake Callender. So that's all the updates I have. Let's shift over into hot takes. I don't know if, am I gonna do anything? Hot takes. Okay, so for hot takes, the cinemas are closed It's just craziness. So a lot of stuff that I'm watching is either older or series that have come out in the last year. So the first series that I want to talk about is called Hunters. It's on Amazon Prime. If you watch The Boys on Amazon Prime, instead of secret evil superheroes that need to be killed by a ragtag squad of people, it's super evil secret Nazis who have to get killed by a ragtag group of Jews, and also set in the 70s. It's very stylized. There's a lot of cut-ins that don't necessarily make a lot of sense, and if you've watched it, you know what I'm talking about. It'll cut to like a game show where it gets real meta, where the announcer's talking to us, the audience, and you don't really know if it's intended to be the main character expositing or maybe he's processing information. Either way, I don't know if it always worked, but it definitely was interesting. I love the premise, I love the idea, and the subject matter is great. In that same vein, on HBO is the series The Plot Against America, which follows a family that's middle class in the 1940s in an alternate reality in which a Trump-esque Charles Lindbergh becomes president instead of FDR. This is really interesting, and I love alternate reality stuff. I feel like they flubbed a little bit. There's a few decisions that they make throughout where I'm like, why are we following this path? It seems bizarre. We have all of this stuff to play with, but we're going down this road for some reason. The message is great. It seeks to answer the question of, could that ever happen here? What does that slippery slope look like? And it tries to give us that in, I don't know, like 6 episodes. If you have HBO, it's worth a watch, but it's not going to change your life or anything. And while we're talking about HBO, another series I watched was Watchmen. That's hard to say also. Anyway, you get it. Watchmen came out last year. I'm not a big Watchmen guy. I've never been into that grungy 80s violent, just R-rated comic stuff. I mean, Deadpool aside. But this was pretty good. I won't say it was great. They do a lot of things that I don't really agree with. They throw a lot of lore at you, and they just kind of expect you to pick it up and put it in your pocket and just wait like 5 hours of screen time for that to pay off. And that's real risky. And sometimes it paid off really, really good. It was like, oh, that's what that's about. And then sometimes it was like, I don't think that was even worth it. Anyway, again, if you're in quarantine and you have HBO, I definitely recommend it. I mean, it was good. The whole cast is good. I'd watch Jeremy Irons talk about his toenails for an hour and a half. That's weird, but it's true. I love that guy. I love everything he's in. Interestingly, all 3 of those series kind of follow this anti-Semitism, anti-racism thing. So it leads me to my next point.
Abraham Lincoln once said that if you're a racist, I will attack you with the North.
Thanks, Michael. Can always count on you. And then a couple nights ago, and I wasn't even planning on talking about this, I watched a movie from 2012 called Safety Not Guaranteed. It cost me like $3. It was on Vudu. My wife and I love Parks and Rec, and Aubrey Plaza is the main actress in this movie. It also has Mark Duplass, Jake Johnson, and Sonny Karen, who is Depender in Deadpool, and I friggin' love him in that. And I loved him in this. He was great. Honestly, everybody was great. If you have $3 and a Vudu account, go watch this movie. It was awesome. It has a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I was a little surprised. I hadn't really heard much more about this movie. Anyway, the deeper meaning of this movie was awesome. I could see where they were going from the trailer, and I loved it. It paid off, and it was awesome. This has been Hot Takes and Updates. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.